You in the road. Put down the weapon of mass destruction and get on the ground. You're under arrest.
Sheldon, what's up, sir?
Why can't we ever do this the easy way? Please, get down to the ground.
I just am used to it. It just, if it's not there, it's some weird mental thing. And it doesn't feel the same. I know it's stupid, but I do it. Mike McMahon, what's up, my dude? But yeah, I've always got the pencil extender on, even if the pencil's brand new.
I got him.
I'm quirky.
Damn, I missed him. There, it's just a bug.
Jean-Francois.
All right, Sarah. Full door, everyone. Don't worry, everything is full. We stopped the terrorists. I was doing a lot of thinking. I was thinking that I wanted to know.
It'll impress the ladies when they see you draw. See, there you go. It's all about impressing the ladies. It's like, hey, baby, I draw comic books and my pencil has an extender on it. Kind of big and bulgy, isn't it? Like, oh my God, take me home. Hey, Mr. Mello. One of the hardest working men in art I've ever known. Jerry, what's up? Yeah, is that an extender in your pocket? Actually, it is. I can't quite do the job on my own, so I need artificial assistance. So, what do you think about that? Excuse me, sir. You look like a man that has trouble pleasing his wife. Ah. Everyone has AIDS. AIDS, 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 AIDS. Everyone has AIDS.
And so this is the end of our story. And everyone is dead from AIDS. It took from me my best friend, my only true pal, Bright Star.
You died of
These
AIDS.
fights charged with AIDS. I'll make them see everyone has my father AIDS, my sister AIDS, my uncle and my cousin AIDS. He's in the streets and the whites and the spades. Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my double AIDS. Everybody's got it, so do you. But let me come on, everybody, we got nothing to do. We're gonna break down these barricades. Everyone has AIDS.
Talking about Team America, I've got it playing in the background. You probably can't hear it.
It's not that hard. Just think about this.
Everyone has AIDS.
Hey, Mark, Gary, such a great guy.
Hello, young man. Congratulations on a terrific performance.
Oh, thank you. I don't believe we've met, Mr.
Spotswood.
Well, nice to meet you.
And you are Gary Johnston, all-American actor who graduated Iowa University summa cum laude with a double major in theater and world languages. You've been at the top of every acting class since you were a child. Top gun actor.
Top gun
Hold on a second. Are
actor.
you from Hollywood?
I have an incredible offer for you, Gary. If you're interested, follow me this way.
I'm not gonna fuck your mouth.
Please, yeah, enter the microphone.
Oh, I get it. I'm supposed to get in your car and let you put your finger inside. Then if I go down on you, I get a movie part.
No, I just want to show you something.
Yeah, I'll bet you do.
Please, Gary, I'm not from Hollywood. I'm not going to fuck your mouth, and my time is extremely valuable.
My time is extremely valuable. Genuine Comics.
This is a nice limit.
Yes, it is. Now suck my cock. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
All right, just what the hell is this about?
I hate to break this to you.
Name is Spotswood.
Some people out there want you dead.
Dead.
They're called terrorists, Gary, and they hate everything about you.
Why? What did I do to them? I'm just a Broadway actor.
It's not who you are, Gary. It's what you stand for. And every single day, the terrorists are finding new ways to kill you and everyone else who lives in a free country. The only thing standing in their way is us.
You?
Baxter, I think we can bounce tonight safely now.
Okay, a limousine that can fly. Now I have some.
Really? Have you seen a man eat his own head?
No.
So then you haven't seen everything. And neither have we. Last week in Paris, we got 4 terrorists with a weapon of mass destruction. The terrorists are planning something very big.
And just what does this have to do with me?
Our only hope is to have somebody act like a terrorist who wants to help them carry out the attack. An actor convincing enough to make the terrorists think he's one of them.
This is crazy. I'm an actor, not a spy.
That's all spying is. Acting. And they say you're the best. An actor with a double major in theater and world languages.
You're an actor,
You're the perfect
Gary.
weapon.
Look out!
Right this way, African renegade. Welcome to Team Base. Gary, this is Joe, all-star quarterback from the University of Nebraska. He's a natural-born leader.
I've heard a lot about your acting, Mr. Johnson. Hope it's
Mello, so I don't exactly have a exact, basically like a limited thing, but I don't have an exact. My theoretical plan is I've got the first issue I'm going to put out, and then this one that I'm doing now, the subsequent story, that might go 3 or 4 issues, depending on if anybody has any interest. Like if crowdfunding and that type of stuff warrants creating it. So we'll see. I just got all these stupid ideas. Honestly, a lot of the stupid ideas I come up with that I'm putting in this are like when I'm talking about Liefeld comics and the stupid shit that I see in them. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if? And so I'm like, well, now I'm just going to do my version of that.
The terrorists with WMD and intelligence shows us they plan to use it. Isn't that right?
But yeah, this is issue 1 of probably at most 4.
I have intercepted communications that several terrorist groups are being organized for.
Art of Kevin wants to come in here and vent for a second. Sure. Go ahead and vent. We'll see how it goes.
11 times 100. Jesus, that's
Yes, 91,100.
basically all the worst parts of the Bible.
So now you see why we need you. We will discuss is successful. You'll be able to get us all the information we need to stop this whole thing from happening. Of course, if you're not interested. Then we'll-
No, they're not going to be that big. That is another thing. Good point. I'm not going to do like giant graphic novels. I'm thinking. I am also doing kind of the same way I did my He-Man fan comics, where I did not give a shit or pay attention to page count. I'm doing the same thing here, but I'm trying to keep it to 30 to 40 pages at most. So a thick, like regular single issue, not graphic novel stuff. So I still want them to be, beefy and a lot of page count.
All that matters, Gary, is what you have here.
But not like the He-Man ones where I just kind of went nuts and just didn't care about page count.
Here, take this. Baxter will take you wherever you want to go. Just remember, your freedom is at stake too.
Thick, beefy extender. I see is what's going on there, right? Art of Kevin says completely sidetracked, but left a Twitch stream of the softest ass artist that cannot have even jestful conversations. I have never seen grown men have such humongous pussies. Well, that's kind of the unfortunate reality, is that there's a lot of grown men that are nothing but gigantic pussies these days. Some people are just so like self-important, like, oh, my shit's amazing. Don't you dare make fun of it. I'm like,
Hey, Baxter. I want to take a detour. What would you do?
what would you do
To give up your dreams
for freedom? What would you do to make the ultimate sacrifice?
Think about all them people who gave up everything.
Hey, hey.
Would you think about all them who wanted us? And would you start
To feel bad. Freedom isn't free, cause folks like you and me
if we don't all chicken, we'll never
pay that bill. Freedom isn't free, there's a hefty fucking fee.
If you don't throw in your book of five, who will?
Sheldon, yeah, we all know that scene, dude. Yeah, for real. There's 3 types of people in this world: dicks, pussies, and assholes. Art of Kevin wasn't even that. I was just playing, being a little sarcastic like grown men do. The guy starts going off. I should have known I was dealing with when he was throwing around words like vibes. Freedom costs $1.05 is my jam. Yeah, Art of Kevin, it's... Yeah, you'll never hear me say the word vibes seriously.
Hey, young, tell me,
Freedom isn't free.
Kim Jong-il says the weapons of mass destruction you request.
There's a hefty fucking
I am
fee.
still in the process of recruiting and training your terrorists for the attack. We take weapons later.
He asked what part of the deal you did not understand. He says perhaps his translator did not make it clear to you. He says he should fire his translator. Do you have any idea how fucking busy I am? I cannot believe that I actually have a Chechen standing here telling me when he's gonna take a delivery. Hello?
Perhaps we can be ready sooner.
Yes, perhaps you can.
Perhaps you can. Sheldon comes here to vibe out.
How'd you come back?
I know you have to.
I still say this is a fucking mistake.
Stop it, Chris. I sense that.
Yeah, I hear you, Art of Kevin, and some people are just that way.
Intelligence tells us the attack is imminent. We need you to act like a Middle Eastern terrorist right away.
There's just one problem. I don't look Middle Eastern.
Leave that to us.
Still jamming to Freedom Isn't Free in my head.
Sarah is a professional skin grafter and laser valorification.
Never pay that bill. Freedom
The
isn't free.
valorification completely works.
Sit up and take a look, Gary. You're going to fool everyone, Gary.
You're going to fool everyone, Gary. Or should I say, Hawkmed.
We only got one shot, so listen. Intelligence has intercepted communication.
My time is very valuable, and I'm not going to fuck your mouth.
Cairo. That's in Egypt.
Exactly right, Joe. Now, team, your mission will be to get Gary into that tavern. Once he's on the inside, cover his back. Gary, you must use your active to find out any information you can from the terrorists. Gary, if for some reason your cover is blown and the terrorists take you prisoner, well, you'll probably want to take your own life. Here, you better have this. All right, team, that's it. We've got a job to do. Let's go police the world.
America, 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 fuck yeah! Going again to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Fuck yeah!
Freedom is the only way. Terrorists, your
Game is through. Now you got to answer to. Fuck yeah! Lick my butt and suck on my balls. Fuck yeah!
What if the old man is wrong about him, huh? What if he's not the great actor spots what he says in this? Why don't you trust actors?
Like the door is the door. What?
You all right, Gary?
I was just thinking.
Damien, we were kind of just talking about that. I do my comics in a weird way, where I don't give a shit about page count. I make them exactly as long as they need to be, to tell the story that I want. Now, I do have an idea that I'm like, I knew like my last He-Man fan comic was going to be a huge book. I knew that. But I didn't know exactly how many pages, nor did I care, because why should I? I mean, I feel like sometimes people are just constrained by like a comic book is 24 pages or 22 or whatever. I'm like, why? Why does it have to be that? I want to make it as big as it needs to be. So we were just kind of talking about this a minute ago. I was asked how many pages this book is going to be, or how many issues am I going to go? And it's going to be somewhere in like a 30 to 40 page range. But honestly, it's just going to be as long as it needs to be for me to kind of tell the story that I want. And just go from there.
Fear not, and we're here to find terrorists. I'm clearing your minds of all anxiety.
All right, good job, Scout. Now everyone to the top. Get one thing straight after. I don't trust you. And if you betray us, I'll rip your fucking balls off and stuff them up your ass so that the next time you shit, you'll shit all over your balls. Got it? What's your problem with me? Yeah? You want to go? Guys! Don't you see this is just what the terrorists want us to do? The war is out there, man, out there. Now pull it together.
All right, team, let's move to the inner city. Keep it quiet.
Yeah, see, Art of Kevin. See, it's just me. I'm printing up my own books. I'm making them for myself, and I want to make without constraint the kind of book that I want. So I'm like, if it needs to be big, then that's what it is. And I don't know. I guess some people could say if it's too big, then maybe some people won't want to buy it because it's too cost prohibitive. But I'm like, my experience has been if you give people the value, they're willing to pay. And the stuff that I do is not ridiculously overpriced. Like, I feel like it's all perfectly fine. So I don't worry about it. I'd rather make the comic that I want than constrain myself and limit just for a theoretical audience that may not exist, who may not care. So, yeah, I make them as big as I want.
Durka La.
Bak, Dirka Dirka La.
Durka. Muhammad Jihad.
Muhammad Jihad.
Sherpa. Bakala.
Haka Sherpa Sherpa.
Durka.
Now, if I was in some theoretical, quote unquote, professional position that required it to be a certain size, then sure, then you do that. But for me, where I don't make a living off this is me doing it for the joy for myself. Make what you want.
We are Bashir from the country of Command. Who are you? My name is Mahmoud. I'm a terrorist.
If it's too big and customers can't handle it, that's their problem. I have to tell that to the ladies all the time. It's too big and you can't handle it. That's on you, babe. And then they see the reality and they're like, pfft. Well, no, I'm not planning for the page turn, but I have a whole bunch of fake comic book ads that are going to go into the book. So as I put it together and I want to have the page turn, when I need to, I'm going to put a fake comic book ad inside there, like old school comic books, well, I guess all of them. What am I talking about? Um, you'd be flipping through and you're reading the story, and then there's an ad for the new whatever by the next artist, the new title. So I've got about 4 or 5 of those ads worked up to throw into the thing. Do we have enough close up on the face? I'm going to have to throw some of that in there, like to do on the level of a Liefeld, like do an entire page that's just a close up on the face. Maybe I should just do a close up on like somebody's nostrils. How about that? A giant, like I'll do the most extreme close up. Forget the eyes, forget the mouth. It'll just be a giant fucking snarling, snotting nose. And then it'll be like close up on the face. And those who know will know. Less background, more face. Kevin, Art of Kevin, you are one of us.
I was just a boy when the infidels came to my village and the black house. The infidels fired at the oil fields and they lit up. Burning oil rained down from the sky and cooked everything it touched. I could only hide myself and cry as my goats were consumed by the fire of black liquid death. In the midst of the chaos, I could swear that I heard my goats scream for help. As quickly as they'd come, the infidels would go. It was on that day I put jihad on living. And if you don't believe it, then you better kill me now.
You were there during that age. You saw the drastic drop off in his art, like for real. Yeah, and I was the same. I was all about his older stuff. Even looking at it now, there's a lot of like, wow, I don't know how anyone could get away with this, but something just worked. He really had something, but his stuff today is such a far cry. I mean, I don't need to say it. If you watch my videos, you know exactly what I think. It's just kind of embarrassing. And what's crazy is I cannot name names, but you would be shocked at how many professionals have messaged me and said, I think the same thing. Like, we can't believe it. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, yeah, there's no kind of about it. But yeah, guys that work in the industry that I can't say their names, I'm like, that's crazy, my dudes. Byron, what's up? Yeah, Art of Kevin. His ending of New Mutants and into X Force. Yeah, yeah, that's for me. That's the sweet stuff.
Why? One of the turrets trying to tell us something. It's me. Looks like he's saying, kiss me, kiss me.
Smart ass motherfucker. Right place, right time, and it's who you know. Yeah. I remember being profoundly interested in once X Force started. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. Industry.
We'll kill these guys and we'll find out what you know.
Yeah, Otley's drawing Battle Beast. I haven't got my hands on the current one yet. I love your balls.
What are we doing?
Tim Morant, how's it going? Yeah, I'm still a fan of the original run of X Force. Like I feel like I like just the energy and excitement and the craziness of the time. I was there for it, man. It worked, and I feel like it still does. But it is one of those things where you kind of had to be there. Anybody who wasn't there would not get it, and I get that.
Team America has once again pissed off the entire world after blowing up half of Cairo. And now it's the
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for lashing out.
The new blood that comics needed, and Cable was the mysterious anchor of the book for sure. And then Deadpool was just getting started.
Let me explain to you how this works. You see, the corporations find out Team America and demand it around. And corporations sit there in a corporation building and they're a corporation and they make money. Last year, I was around before Team America showed up. It was a happy place. But they had $5 million and they were dying.
I do have to say, Art of Kevin, at the time when all those guys bounced over to Image, boy, was I excited, like all of us, right? But looking back, nothing they did artistically was as good as what they had already done. For me, it's been diminishing returns ever since. It was just never as interesting or as good. I think McFarlane, for his part, I think the art on Spawn #1 is first rate. But after Spawn #1, his art was kind of, it is what it is. But the story did not keep me interested. And it wasn't as exciting. But Jim Lee on Wildcats, like, it's okay. And Liefeld on Youngblood, his art was fine, but the story just didn't have, it was going nowhere. Yes, Sylvester. Yeah, I'm a huge Silvestri whore. I will sing the praises of Silvestri all day, every day. You all know. He's the only one. Well, no, okay. Just talking Lee, Liefeld, McFarlane. I don't think anything they did was better than what they had done. Silvestri, changed, and the genius was still there, but I liked his older stuff better than what he was doing on at Image at first. But he's still brilliant. Eric Larson's the only one who just for me exploded because he was doing everything that he should have been doing. He knew exactly what to do and how to do it and where he was going with Dragon, and it worked perfectly. Sheldon, you think the first three issues of Wildcats is your favorite Jim Lee work? God, for me, it's the Uncanny X-Men run is my favorite Jim Lee stuff by far. Um, that stuff to me looked the best. Yeah, Cable being from the X-Men's future and Scott and Jean's son. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I've always found it so precious. People really want to save money, but they're so rich to toss their hard-earned coin into a tree for it.
Yeah, I get you, Kevin. It was hard to maintain interest. I get, but I sure, I was on board all the time with something. There was always something going on. Yeah, Spawn after the first couple of issues, it's just like, past 5 years, indie books have got your attention. Yeah, there's a lot of now that people can make comics and get them seen, get them out there for people to, get their hands on. You don't have to go through Marvel or DC or Image or Dark Horse. You can just make it and get it out there. I'm trying to make up this panel on the page. I probably should have done some thumbnails first. You started partying in '99 factor. Maybe, right? But we all do what we do at the time. Yeah, it's so nice for indie books to be able to get some visibility and some exposure. There's work out there that deserves to be seen and never would have otherwise. So, I mean, like I've had my work seen and I'm a fucking nobody and I'm not that good, but um, I've made stuff that people have kind of enjoyed and that would have never happened otherwise. So, it's kind of like take advantage of what you can while you have it.
I tried so long and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so
F thumbnails tonight. We're just drawing right on the page. Well, as always, I can always, this is just a 11 by 17 piece of copy paper, so it's not like it's a loss. That's why I bought them, so I can draw it full size and fuck around on the page. But I'm excited to do this page because after all the pages I've done so far, that was all like build up. Here's the characters, here's what's going on, here's some interaction between the guy and the girl, setting up who they are and why they kind of know each other. It's a continuation of the last book. But now the fight's about to start, where all these characters are going to get together. So just jumping out of the building because that's what's going on here. The world needs the tea in a jar book. But yeah, see, this guy and the girl, they're talking back and forth, but then he gets kind of an alert, and so he grabs her. He's like, oh shit, we gotta run, hurry. And she's like, wait, what? What the fuck? And then there's gonna be a panel up here where they're bursting out of a window, and then the building they were in is exploding behind them. So we get the big dramatic shot of, they jump out the window, giant explosion, land on the ground, kind of pick themselves up and go, holy effing Christ. And then the different bad guys show up. Like I've established, let me grab the pages. Let me put them in order. Let's see. Uh-oh. I have the obligatory shower scene, but my shit, we're showing all the nudity. Oh, there's my sort of Sam Keith tribute drawing. Sad news about Mr. Sam Keith. That super sucks. Cooter Cam. Yeah, there's this page that Sam Keith did of when he was doing the Wolverine, the Marvel Comics Presents. And he had this shot of Wolverine upside down in a tank. I just kind of did that kind of a repeat of that thing. These are all my ink stuff, so this is all me. But character who was in book one, he got his arms cut off, his dick cut off, his head cut off, so he's getting put back together. Then this is kind of showing how he's getting his head reattached and cybernetic arms and put back together. Same thing with the girl, different girl, who is like got no arms and no legs, is a burned corpse. So this liquid metal surrounds her and gives her kind of the ability to be a superpowered badass because it's comic books, right? Yeah, they took his man meat. He literally got stabbed through the cock. And so now here are the bad guys. This is Team Excessive Force. You know, we all know the characters. Kill Snap, Laser Fag, Tumor, and War Whore. And they're getting ready to go on a mission, and they're having some words back and forth because they don't trust this guy, the Wolverine ripoff. Because he's the guy who got his head and arms and balls cut off, but they put him back together. Yeah, well, it's spelled PHAG, and it's an acronym for Photonic Hyperatomic Guns. And I kind of have this idea of every time it shows his name, there's going to be a little asterisk to kind of explain it below. And he's even going to be kind of concerned about it. He's like, I can't be called that. People are going to call me out. I'm going to get canceled. And they're going to be like, dude, shut the fuck up. No one cares. He's like, you don't get it. You're not the one stuck with the name Laser Fag. So there's going to be that conversation back and forth. Then they head to a teleportation tube. And we get the side shot. Because this is where I'm going to put their names of each character as they go. Then we cut to the main character of the book. He's in his little station. He's observing things. He gets some information of quit acting like a Sheldon, you may have just added some dialogue to the book. Panda, no, this is issue 2. It's not going to be Dick in a Jar, but it's the same characters. Chuck sent me the cover, so he's basically done. But this is the character from that book. He's like looking through what's going on, getting some information. He's like, all right, I know where I need to go. So he armors up. So here he is, changing out his goggles to the Cyclops visor thing. Gets all the shit put on him. But yeah, Panda, what's up, dude? It's been a minute. And then there he is in his outfit.
That's great.
Up to and including the cybernetic dick headgear. But he's like, all right, I gotta go save this gal. They interacted in the last issue, and he knows that she's gonna get in trouble for her actions in the last issue in book 1. So he's gonna go help her out. So we get a city shot and then the apartment where she lives at. And then of course we're gonna get the obligatory hot girls in the shower. So, you know, Rob, don't mess around. We get to see everything. And she got this scar on her eye from the last issue. Gets out of the showers, looking at the scar on her face, walks into the other room. There's our guy. They converse back and forth. He's telling her that she's in danger. Then we cut to mysterious ninja guy observing them from a building across the way. Then they're getting their shit together, and then that brings us to the page I was just working on. We are looking through the shower curtain, my man. Thanks, Panda. I appreciate it. I'm trying to do the best I can. I mean, no one's going to hire me to draw X-Men or anything like that. I have no illusions. But I try not to embarrass myself, so especially when I got people watching Pervo Vision. Yeah. Like, you talk a lot of shit about life. I literally have people barking at me in the comments like, man, your shit better be above reproach. As much shit as you talk about Liefeld. I'm like, all right. I mean, it doesn't matter how good or bad I would be. For those people who like love Liefeld and hate anybody who shits on him, I could be Alex Ross and they'd tell me I fucking suck. So I kind of don't care. The ninja's definitely, the ninja. He's the Norseman. It's an acronym. I've said this before. How can a ninja be a Norseman? Well, it's an acronym. NORSE. It stands for Ninjas of Ridiculous Size Everywhere. This book is 80% short of crouched, gritted close up on the face. Don't worry. There's plenty of pages to go. Don't lie on the Feld. I know. Yeah, Mr. Chuck, he's ready to do some of his own stuff. So he's wrapping up my thing. And I mean, we're gonna stay in contact. There's no plans of like, okay, we're done, bye, later. And I'd like to think I could probably get him to ink some covers for me in the future, but he's gonna jump on doing his own stuff, and I'm kind of excited to see that. And I'll be pimping the shit out of it on my channel for him.
You do tasks like kill rares and pre-delve.
I'm gonna need more inconsistent characters and panel layouts with more full-figured heroes and blank generic right? Just mindless, soulless villains with full masks where you can't see who they are and you don't care who they are and they're not actually people. I have a Rob's Babes book called it's called my sketchbook. Well, Chuck's gonna put together one. That's his he's asked me to do like the layouts for him. Which is a hell of a compliment for a guy who's worked for Image Comics and Jim Lee and inked Jim Lee once and J. Scott Campbell once and a bunch of other guys. He's asking me to do the layouts for his book for him. It's like one of the greatest honors I could imagine. So he wants to render it and draw it, but just kind of my help breaking down the plot into a sequential story. If you don't know, now you know, ninja. No one's publishing my books, my dude. This is just me. This is Rob and his YouTube channel. I'm going to do a crowdfunder for these things. So there's no, there's no publishing. I'm just a nobody. So, and I'm in a fortunate position with the channel rapidly approaching 8,000 subscribers. I've got the opportunity to shout it out when I do a crowdfunder to get people to look at it.
Living life without fear. 25 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, confused by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. It's all good. And if you don't know, it's old.
Yeah, I've thought of that, Sheldon. I mean, I'm like, I guess I do. Like, some kind of like a studio name and a publisher name. I mean, Kevin Filbo Publishing. I mean, I'm open to whatever, but I was just saying, years ago when I got together with my now ex-wife, but I was driving around with her, unfortunately now deceased firstborn son. He was like 5 years old, and he was saying some of the most ridiculous shit. And I was saying in my head, I'm like, only from the mind of a 5-year-old. And for the longest time, I thought the idea mind of five was like an interesting kind of like, I don't know, studio name, mind of five. Like, this is from the mind of a 5-year-old. You like the effects on the girl with the skulls? There's a lot of ink splatter. And then white paint splatter back over it. Did you hear me correctly about what? What part? What part did I miss? Yeah. It just was the end of January this year. My ex-wife's firstborn son, not my child, but I raised him with her for like 10 years. And he died in his sleep at the last week of January. I don't mean to sound kind of like I don't care. I've cried all I can. You know what I mean? There's nothing more. And I when me and his mom separated, it was about 6 years ago. That was the last time I got to speak with him. I hugged him and told him I loved him, and that was the last thing I ever got to say to him. And then he just died in his sleep, 20 years old. His birthday was actually just like last weekend. He would have been 21. So his mom is just beside herself, devastated because there's no explanation, there's no understanding, there's no how, why. Just went to sleep and never woke up. Yeah, and I've got two kids with my ex-wife. So she had her one, and then we had two together. And I just consider myself blessed um, beyond everything that my boys are still around. But you never know, right? That's why I say we all know the phrase like, you better do the shit you want to do today because tomorrow is not guaranteed, right? Yeah, it's but yeah, I haven't seen him in 6 years. So I always ask my children, I'm like, how's your older brother Logan doing? They're like, I don't know, he's fine. He's kind of out and he's living on his own and doing his thing. And we don't know what he's doing. I'm like, oh, well, that. Well, thanks, Kevin. I really appreciate that. Kind of like this one because I kind of like hit a skull face, sort of. Like, I don't know that you notice it at first on this drawing. You're like, oh, there's a lady and she's wearing a hat and she's smoking and her tits are out. I'm into it. But then it's like her face is a skeleton. I was like, oh, that kind of come out. Let's lighten the mood. We need to trash Liefeld more, right? Yeah, this is Rob's slutty hot girl sketchbook. why can't I? Some creep show cinematic, right? Upon a star behind. The skull face wouldn't stop me, Rob. Right, Damien? You're a man after my own heart. I'm like, all right, babe. Like you ain't blowing me or nothing, but I don't care. You got a skull face. Let's go. Let's do this. That's why you don't smoke, kids. It may make your boobs perfect, but you get a skull face. There's an anti-smoking commercial right there, if ever there was one. Bag it and tag it, right? Oh, Kevin, you're my spirit animal. Panda, yeah, you did happen to see my community post with the pro life felt people crapping all over. Yeah, those guys are like losing their shit. Gender bent Ghost Rider. I'll be a henchman. Yeah, I get it, and I'm fine with people liking him. I whenever I do my stupid videos on him, I try to say, yeah, like you'll always be a fan, but you won't boo. I mean, he's done stuff I legitimately love, but I'm just like, whenever I'm doing these videos on like his current Youngblood thing, I'm like, explain how this is okay. No one else could do this and get away with it. It's the worst storytelling ever. How is it okay? They're like, it's just cool. I'm like, that is not a. So anyway, yeah. And again, he's done so much better. That's the thing. The tagline of our next comic should be extra thick, hard, and throbbing. I actually need to write that down. Tagline. Extra thick, hard, and throbbing. I mean, that may actually go in there. Background sold separately. Oh my god, you guys are brilliant. Speaking of brilliant, I got to turn up Nirvana Unplugged. Shiver the whole night through. Girl, where will you go? Where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His mirror was found in the time wheel for his body. He could literally outsource his backgrounds to China. China. To me, sleep last night. Where the sun don't ever shine. I was sure the whole night through. Is this the best song Nirvana ever did? My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun. Yeah, McFarlane's inks over Liefeld always looked good. A lot of people's inks over him look good. Not everybody. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the past, in the sun, in the shine, I was shiver. My girl, where you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. I've got a video coming up here. Let me see if I can find it. For those of you who remember. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh yeah, here we go. I got a video where we're talking X-Force #1. You know. Oh yeah, you're right, Kevin, for sure. But in this issue of the second volume of X-Force #1 by Liefeld, he's got some penciling going on. Because this is where he's doing just pencils. And like looking at that face right there, I actually like it. And it's got a rounder, more organic look that he just does not have anymore at all. And I'm like, I think this, I don't usually like pencils straight to color, but this stuff actually kind of looks kind of good. And I'm like, the right inker with like a really organic line could potentially make this look really interesting. You don't want like a Scott Williams inking this. I'm like, I think I mentioned in the video, I'm like, what would this look like if like Klaus Janson inked him? His art really starts getting on Ozempic as the years pass. Dude, that's a great way of putting it. But like, you see that interesting, round, kind of organic, meaty looking shapes as opposed to some razor sharp cross-hatching lines? I think that looks really good. So imagine a really good organic kind of inker, like a Dan Green. How about that? Remember the way he made a Silvestri look? I think that could look really good. Yeah, right, Panda? That's a really good way of putting it. If I remember that next time I do a Liefeld comic. His art's really gone on Ozempic. Oh, when I do this video, I trace that frickin' figure. Look at that Frankenstein domino right there. That's like the most disproportionate fucked up domino I've ever seen. He needs to stop drawing horses. You are no. You know what's crazy is this horse is not horrible compared to that one he did of Deadpool riding that fucking unicorn. It's like that's the worst version ever. And I kind of don't mind that weird fat round horse he's riding there. And that horse right, it's like it's accurate enough but kind of cartoony. I kind of accept it. Like I'll allow it. Yeah. And then he puts Shatterstar in the stupidest outfit imaginable. I miss his old original outfit. Anyway, I mean, like, look at that face. I'm like, he copied that from somewhere. That's too damn good. That face right there. That's too good. It's like passing English class with a D. Yeah, you passed. It's a pool. And then stupid Cable with this stupid garden rake as a weapon. So stupid. Anyway, that'll be up sometime this week. I've got it on my phone. I just actually haven't uploaded it yet. Tomorrow is an issue of Death of Power, which always gets demonetized because of the fucking shit the guy puts in the video in the comic book. So it always loses monetization. Liefeld thick horses. Yeah, you can't stand how he draws holding guns. How about that right there? Just a hovering like catalytic converter just floating above his fist. It's cabling time. Oh. You know, Sheldon, I actually say exactly that. That it's and it. It's you either like into the what he's doing, or you're like, this is just not for you. And this one actually has the least amount of over the top gratuitous sex shit. There's actually almost none. It just gets into the backstory of how the Lois Lane and the Clark Kent got together but didn't last. That horse gets food stamps. Look at that dump truck. Oh my God. Yeah, Kevin, you love Kurt Burdick's book? Yeah, I'm all for it. I want to see where it's going. I think he said he finishes at issue 10, and this is number 8, so curious to see where it goes. But yeah, there's significantly very, very little sex shit in this one. There is, you know, the girl getting her face punched in and literally blasted off its body. Yeah, his colors. I wonder if he's got a background in graphic design. Because the use of the sound effects and the wild colors. I mean, yeah, his art is very poppy. Like, I can't do color in the first goddamn place, but like look at the coloring spread across this. Why is she kind of it's never in black and white. It's almost like there's no blacks on the page, but then the entire figure is kind of well, I don't know, like a color hold or whatever it is. I don't know what the term to make her the drawing this lighter, what reddish, whatever the fuck color. I'm colorblind, guys, so fuck me. But it changes the color from her from that the way it is there. The background wall is one color and the couch is not, but then the couch is the color. Um, it's just again, look at how the coloring changes on her from panel to panel. Yeah, color hold. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Like that whole thing. He does things I would never ever even it would never even occur to me. It would never cross my mind in the slightest. Like the color choices in that lower panel. Yeah, it's a brave move. I couldn't pull it off. It's wild. But I dig it. It makes it's poppy, it stands out. I have never heard of a comic called Pop Fizz. God, look at the coloring on this page. That's the Wonder Woman and the Lois Lane going at it, and then Wonder Woman gets the noose around her neck. It's the collar of truth. It cinches down on her, and the color goes that way. And then as she gets locked into kind of the power of the collar of truth, it just zips over to this color thing here. So weird, but I love it. It's yeah, he's got a definitely a unique vibe. It's like Marvel's Ultimatum, but more gore. A lot of gore, for sure. Okay, I think I'm going to shut it down. I got a couple things I got to do before I go to bed. I got to cook up some stuff for lunch tomorrow. I got to go tug one out before I go to sleep. Like, there's important things to do before I go to bed, so I need some time. But I can at least start light boxing tomorrow. This page, anyway. Shut this shit down. You bet that would look banger on newsprint. You're talking about that Death of Power. You know what? Art of Kevin, you're right. That's brilliant. Those colors, dude, you just blew my mind. Sorry, he just shut me down. All these crazy poppy colors on newsprint. Dude, you are not kidding. We should send a notation to him and tell him to print them all up together on newsprint. It's possible. I've got this book here. This Ghost Agents that I got to be part of. This is all newsprint. Yeah, that would look amazing. Like, look at some of the colors in this. Like, yeah, throw some halftones in there. Bam, gold, Jerry. It's gold. You are so right. I mean, look at these weird, crazy colors going on in some of this shit in this book here. Man. Now I feel like I need to message him and say, like, dude, this was suggested. I think it's brilliant. Like, hell, I even got lucky enough. I get to see some of my art on newsprint. I'll never see that again, I'm certain. But, like, the way that this glowing moon kind of comes out. I didn't do the colors on this. Somebody else did. I actually thought they did a really neat job with, like, the blues and yellows only. Newsprint is like a good vinyl record. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you want the static. Yeah, that there's just an intangible kind of thing that happens on the newsprint. 100% right. Yeah, it was kind of like this kind of upshot on this building that I did up there. And then again, the colorist just, and like, I didn't get to see what this looked like until they printed the fucking book. They didn't tell me they were going to color it. So I was kind of like, oh, well, it's nice to learn that after the fact. Like, look at them bright popping colors right there. Bam. Yeah, this book looks like it's straight from the 80s. Yeah, and I think that was their intention. The way that a lot of this comes out, like, I got copies of this available. They sent me a whole freaking pile of them. They reprinted my art in a new book, and instead of paying me, they just sent me a fucking huge pile of these books, something like 50 copies. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess I got more to try and move now, which is fine. A little harder because it's not just me, but it's also, yeah, Panda got a copy. A lot of people did a lot of neat stuff in this. I am in Utah. I really love this page right here. Some of that stuff looks crazy good. And that shot, that so cool. Anyway, yeah. Panda, you talking about these guys? They were they created a group on Facebook that was specifically linked to the cartoonist kayfabe channel. And I don't, if you watch the kayfabe channel and if you remember, Ed and Jim talked about that doing a image grand design. Do you remember that? Because of course those guys did, Ed did X-Men grand design and Jim did the Hulk. And so somehow it come up about them doing image grand design. And so they made a book. I've got a copy of it here somewhere. It's like a big graphic novel. And they got a bunch of artists together to make an image grand design comic where they just took all the image characters and made a fan book. And I tried to get in on that. I really wanted to. I feel like some of the artists they used weren't that great. I feel like I could have anyway. But I was too late. I was late to the game and I wasn't able to get in, but I kind of kept connected with the guy who creates that thing, Rocco Jerome. And I kind of kept bugging him here and there. I'm like, hey, if you've ever got anything I could be involved in, he's like, yeah, you want to throw in a couple of pages on ghost agents? I'm like, sure. He's like, what do you like to draw? I'm like, hot girls and monsters. He's like, yeah, you and every other artist. So here's 6 pages of a script of a girl on a motorcycle driving to a house and fighting monsters. And so that's how I got connected to them. And so that's where that come from. Yeah, Kev, I'm like you. I'm pissed about it too, about Piskor. And April 1st is coming up. What, the 3rd anniversary of his passing? Fucking angers me. I'm a little bit like, God damn it, Ed. He always come across as a fighter. And I don't mean to say anything that sounds insensitive, but I'm like, I wish he just would have held on and fought through it and let it die down, fight it, tell the people who don't know what they're talking about to go fuck themselves and just keep making his shit. He might have lost some people that wanted to see his work, but you know what? Fine. Just keep going. But it just, I can't imagine the strain and sadness and scrutiny he was going through. Yeah, you tried calling him, so you had his number, dude. Yeah, it's yeah, Sheldon doing hot girls and monsters. Did we just come become best friends? I thought we already were. Um, yeah, it's so aggravating. Yeah, Panda, you wish you weathered the storm. He. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Kev. I forgot. I actually saved the context of that note that he wrote on my phone so I can kind of revisit it. It's just so sad to read. It's so frustrating, but yeah. Oh, it's like you feel so helpless. Like, dude, you've got this is not the end. Like it's like you let the bad guys win. Yeah, yeah, your stomach dropped when you read it for real. He let the bad guys win. Um and like come on, what do comics teach us? Like this might be your dark of the night moment, and I can't imagine how much it fucking sucked. Everyone's turning on him, saying the horrible things. He loses that endorsement. He had that art show coming up, but I'm like, just sit down for a minute, gather yourself, feel the emotions, and then come back swinging and punch all those fucking idiot assholes right in the fucking balls. You know, it's just, it's so aggravating. Um, yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Like the stuff he said in his note, I'm like, you know what? I that sounds completely believable. I'm on his side. Uh, yeah, the people. Oh man, everyone coming out of the woodworks. Oh, I always thought he was kind of this and he was kind of that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What I liked about Ed is that he had kind of a McFarlane swagger, in as much as McFarlane talks a big bunch of shit in a way where he's like, I know exactly what works, and I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, and it's going to be successful. You can fucking suck a dick if you don't think it's going to work, because I'm going to show you that it's going to work. That's McFarlane, and that's Piskor. That he's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I know how to do it. I know it works, and he was consistently successful. I'm like, I like that about him. And then people are suddenly like, fuck him. I always thought he was some way. Like bullshit. It's just bandwagon. It's just jumping on it. All right, I'm gonna get pissed off. I need to just shut up. And no, not everyone needs to agree. I know there's some people kind of might quietly be like, yeah, I don't know, I don't believe him. That's fine. We don't all always have to agree, but it's there. None of us knew the truth. That's the simplicity of it. But for people to jump on him and like call for his cancellation and call him these horrible things, none of you were fucking there, you know. Um, so aggravating. You loved listening in when Ed was working on those early Red Room pages. Yeah, yeah. I would have loved to have met the guys. That was something that's always in the kind of the back of my head. I'm like, oh, maybe one of these days I can meet them and just be like, here's my crappy bullshit comics. What do you think? They're like, yeah, all right, kid. Keep trying. Good job. Your lettering sucks. I'm like, I know. I use a computer program. I'm a soulless monster. Yeah. All right. For real this time, I'm actually going to go. I know I said that about 20 minutes ago, but then we got going. So that's all, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation, everybody. Really appreciate it, as always. But I'm actually going to do it this time. Tug o'clock, right? It is. Well, I might have used up all my time. No time for that. All right, Kev, Panda, Damification, Anybody who's still listening. Later, guys.